Hi everyone, it's me Morgan. I just got my new phone. It's pretty awesome. It's a touchscreen. I'm not used to it. If you know me, I'm always saying how much I hate touchscreens, so it's pretty annoying, but it's better than my old one. As you can see, I'm wearing my Fly OTC sweatshirt. Ooh, United States Navy, baby! But the point of this video was to bring up a topic that has been bothering some of my friends and I. I don't want to name any names because then they'll get mad at me for talking about their problems and our problems and blah blah blah. But recently my friend has been waiting on this guy for like forever, and he's hurt her a couple times, and it's hurt me because like just I don't know, being into it and all. Um, it sucks, when a guy promises you things and then he goes and he's like, yeah, well, I can't do this anymore. Or, I mean, let me tell you something, girls. Every guy out there is going to tell you he loves you and he will never leave you, which makes it really hard to find that one special guy who means what he says. I mean, at the time, the guy who says it might mean it, but that doesn't always mean he's going to keep his promise. And I know I've learned that the hard way. Some of my other friends have learned that the hard way. And honestly, it's just a whole bunch of crying that could have been prevented and a heartbreak that could have been stopped. But. I guess the point of this video is to say that guys will say things. They will call you beautiful. They will call you gorgeous. They all will. They'll all say you're cute. They'll all say you're special. And the object is to find the one guy who will say all that, but mean it and say more at the same time. And that you can trust that he means it, and you can trust that, that is his true word. And he's not just saying it to say it or to impress you or anything. And, maybe he does love you. Maybe he really does. I'm not trying to get down on the guys because, there are some out there who say things like that and they mean it, and it's like their first time ever saying it to a girl. And if you're that first girl they've ever said it to, you better feel damn lucky. And, because I have friends who are 14 and 15 and they're guys and they still haven't had their first kiss. And let me tell you something. That is the most adorable thing in the world when they haven't had their first kiss yet. Because that tells me that they waited to have their first kiss with that one special girl. And that means a whole lot. I mean, maybe that's just me. But, I mean, that tells me that he's dedicated, into finding that one girl for him that works for him and that he can see himself with in the future. And, those guys are my best friends because, the guys who end up waiting for stuff like that are usually the sweetest guys out there. So they're pretty trustworthy. And, um, for the guys, be careful what you tell us girls because we take everything personally and everything to heart and we monitor everything you say and everything you do. I mean, for me, if a guy has told me he loves me and I hear that he's talking to another girl, I'm gonna ask you about it. And if I hear that you told her you loved her, I'm gonna ask you about it. And don't flip out, guys, if us girls ask you questions, because we're not yelling at you or anything. We just want to know. I mean, we trust you. So if you tell us, you said no, I never said I love you to her, I'm gonna believe you, because I mean, you're my boyfriend, so of course I'm gonna believe you. I say boyfriend because I've never, I'm, yeah, it's complicated. Um, but I mean, like, yeah, and when us girls tell you things, we expect you not to tell anybody else. And when us girls tell you that we love you, most of us mean it, except for the girls who are just using you. Because there are girls out there, sadly, that will just use guys. And those girls are called sluts and whores and skanks. And I, yeah, it's a lot of drama. It's a lot of unnecessary drama, and usually, the guys always are like, oh, well, he's a player. Oh, well, he's gonna hurt you. Yeah, well, no one really believes that. But when someone says a girl's a slut or anything, rumors spread like instantly. And maybe that's just for Easton. I don't know, but that's what I've noticed. And for the people who aren't sluts and whores, and you aren't because you've only had like a couple boyfriends in your whole life, um, don't worry about it, okay? But okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. Getting off track here. For the guys, yeah, watch what you say. We will take it to heart and we will hold it against you. Trust me, we will. And that's not to scare you or anything, but don't be like, hey, I love you, and then 1 week later break up with her, because that's not being in love with somebody. That's saying that's a crush right there. That's not a true relationship. Um, don't tell a girl you love her until it kills you being away from her for 5 minutes, or you can't stop thinking about her, or her voice lights up your whole entire day, and she is your world. She's everything you have to live for. I mean, don't tell her that unless all that's true and more, because otherwise it's just another 3 words. And I know that sounds really harsh, but it's true. I mean, I can say from experience, every guy I've ever dated has told me they love me. And so far, every guy I've dated hasn't last. And it's generally not my choice. I've only broken up with like 3 guys my whole life, and I'm usually only getting dumped for either one, another girl, 2 complications, or 3, we're better off friends. And even guys I haven't dated have told me they loved me, and then like 2 weeks later they'll have a girlfriend. I'm like, well, that's not love. That's, hey, I think I have a crush on you, or hey, I really like you, you're cute. No, that's not how love works. I mean, love is when you're ready, you could see yourself in the future with somebody for the rest of your life, You would do anything to make them happy. I mean, you would jump in front of a car or a train, back to Bruno Mars, for them. I mean, like, seriously. And, there are just too many heartbreaks out there. So, I guess, in the end, when you find that one special person, it's worth it. But until then, I mean, try to prevent as many heartbreaks as you can. Like it is for both girls and guys. Because girls, you give me heartbreakers too. Don't lead guys on. It's not right. It's not right at all. Okay? You can't be like, yeah, well, I have a boyfriend, but I really like you. No. Shut up. Don't say that. Fuck you. I mean, and you can't be like, yeah, I'll go out with you next month, and until then, I'll talk to this other guy. Or guys, don't do that either. Don't tell a girl you really, really like her, but you want to be friends while you're talking to another girl for a month, and then maybe you want to go out with her because it might not work out with the other girl. Don't do that shit. That's fucked up. Alright? And that happened to one of my close friends recently. A guy liked her. A guy liked her, and then he was going to talk to another girl for a month and then see if he wanted to go out with her. No. Because his version of talking is making out, kissing, having a little fun here and there, getting a little kinky. No, you don't do that. Especially to my friend. And he got beat up. So, because he's a douche, and he deserved it. And I'm really glad he did. And tomorrow he's getting beat up again, and I'm going to be there to see it. And I'm going to be recording it. I'm going to be like, ha! That's fucking hilarious. But, that's just the best friend to me. Because, I mean, if you hurt my friend, oh my god, you're fucking dead. But yeah, like, seriously, if you can prevent a heartbreak, then prevent it. Watch what you say, watch what you do. Do not. Oh my god, this pisses me off. I got in a fight with my friend Kay earlier on in the week because she said that healthy relationships you flirt with other people. No, that's not a fucking healthy relationship. That's a relationship that'll last you about a week. Tops. Maybe a couple days more, If you're lucky, maybe a month, maybe. But then they're gonna leave you for someone else. For the other person they were flirting with, of course. because, then they realize, oh, hey, well, we don't flirt like this, but me and this other person do, so I'm gonna go leave you for them. No, you don't do that. You be loyal in relationships. And if you're not loyal, and if you think you like someone else, end it right there and then. Don't let things get worse. Because when you let things get worse, that's when the heartbreak hurts even more. And, I mean, when you have a broken heart, it's hell. Like, you don't want to live anymore. You just want to cry and cry and cry. You don't want to do anything. You want to give up. That's all you want to do. You just want to give up. Because the one person that said they'd love you forever and will be with you forever, no matter what or anything, they left you. And it sucks. Like, majorly. My phone's vibrating. I'm sorry if you heard that. But, I mean, like, it's uncalled for. And just watch what you say, okay?